one though. So these guys will actually.
I think I'm getting.
Yeah, no, you are. Honestly, I can't. At least I can't answer that one. Oh. That one I cannot like.
Hello, Namibia to the world. Welcome to Colorbox podcast, the show where we dive into the lives, stories, and strategies of our most influential creators, game changers, and media personalities, not just on social media, but in the community as well. I'm your host, and I go by the name Rena Karina Gabes. And each week, I'll be sitting down here with voices, shaping culture, inspiring change, and building communities. Whether you're here to learn, be inspired, or just curious on what it takes to be in the digital world, you're at the right place. So let's get started and let our colors shine bright. Joining us today is MC, fashion model, television presenter, and apart from that, somebody who holds an honors degree in not just media studies but political science as well. Liana Shipwata, our beautiful black queen from the streets of Katutura.
Hey!
Welcome, Liana. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, Karina?
I am very well. So, Liana, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, Karina?
I'm very well. Liana, tell me, what inspired you to start your career in this media entertainment, and how has your journey been like so far?
To be honest, I don't know if I had like a direct inspiration. I think it was always a part of me.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like to a certain extent, my grandfather manifested this because we were a family that at home we'd always watch like the big events, like the Mr. Mabias, the Big Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd always say like, because I would always sit like in the front of the TV and or in the front of the living room and right close to the television, and he'd always be like, you are going to be on stage one day, or you're going to be on television one day.
Yeah.
You know, but like jokingly, you know. And then fast forward growing up, matric, I was an LRC, and I was an LRC of entertainment, so I was organizing shows and all of these things. So I realized, it's actually my thing, and that was at the time was now when you have to figure out what you want to go study or what you want to do in life.
Yeah.
And then I think there was a time my uncle also says to me, hey, you are tall, you are slim, why don't you try this modeling thing out? Because I was a tomboy. I used to play soccer all the time to the point where my grandmother stopped buying me soccer boots because she was afraid I'd become a tomboy, like fully like. So yeah, I was a tomboy. I was not really like into the girly stuff. I never used to do nails or anything. So yeah, man, then I was like, okay, let me take my uncle's advice and try to do this modeling thing. So I think 2015, 16, I started modeling. And it was really just like one door opening up from there. Like I was introduced to it, and then I met a few people in the industry, and then I started emceeing after that, and then into television. Yeah, that's just how we got here.
So basically, when you started into this industry, you started as a model.
Yeah, I started off as a model, then an MC, then a television presenter, then yeah.
Yeah, so it's not really an easy industry to enter into, that I know for sure. So maybe you can just tell us what has been your setbacks or your downfall so far.
Wow. In entertainment at large, like modeling, MCing, presenting,
everything in the industry. Yes.
Okay. Firstly, being a woman, I think every industry women struggle with that. Like, they prefer, the men get it before the women do. You know.
Yeah.
As a woman, you have to prove yourself all the time. So it's very hard for us. Also, being a dark-skinned woman, that's another thing. People prefer especially when it comes to being on camera or on like television or whatever on stage, it's always like as though light-skinned women have the first preference before us dark-skinned women do.
Is it?
And you have to go out and prove yourself even more, like over and over and over and over. So yeah, but to be honest, I think because I have like a really strong character, I didn't see those as setbacks as much. For me, it was really just like, it's part of the game. And everywhere you go, whatever industry it is, you have to prove yourself. Whether you're dark-skinned, whether you're a woman, you have to prove yourself. So I took it on my chest and I said, you know what? And I'm from Katutura, like you said. So like, these are small things for me. Like I go through higher things, you know? True, this was nothing for me. But like, in terms of like the career and everything, that was like a little bit of a setback, but that's just like mentally more than anything else.
Okay.
Another setback, actually, finances.
Finances.
Yeah, I don't come from a wealthy background, so like, and it's also hard to convince Vambu parents that you want to get into the entertainment industry. My family, on my mom's side, for example, everybody, or like most of my cousins are teachers. on my dad's side, people are accountants.
Yeah.
They are in the police. They have like actual like.
So they don't really understand what you're getting.
I was the first person in my family from both sides to actually like go into what I'm doing now. So like even with finances, I had to. I don't know if you told anybody that we went to school together.
No.
So I don't know if you remember, there was a time I used to sell sweets at school.
Yeah, I remember. You used to go around with a little
I used to go to Metro before I go to campus, and then I used to buy those sweets. And people always thought I was selling it for like a society or something, because by then I was already like modeling and doing my MC stuff. So they were like, "Why is Lena Shipwada selling sweets?" So they thought I was selling it for. But meanwhile, I need cab money not only to go to Yuna from Gajitura, I need also to go to my gigs. I need to buy heels for the shows. I need to, all of these things.
Yeah.
So like all of that stuff, like the finances. I think the major setback was finances.
Is it? So usually when you go on these gigs, they don't sponsor.
No, they like, especially when you're starting off. Number one, when you first start, they tell you exposure. Number two, people at the time when we started, like they were not doing deposits. You get your money afterwards, and the money you're getting is like a 350.
Okay.
You get, and it's like, I need to buy toiletries, I need to do my hair, I need to do, So like,
so that's just not even enough to settle.
It's not. So I had to make a plan for myself and say, you know what, I really want to do this, and I am trying to prove to my family that I really need to do this because this is my calling and this is what I really want to do. And in order for them to allow me to do it, I also had to like pull my weight on the side. So that's why I was selling the sweets and stuff. And making wigs at school also.
Okay. You spoke about color hair. I just wanted to ask, also like as a model, a fashion model, do you feel like the ladies with like white or colored, are they more as first option or first priority apart from like women with color? Yeah.
So like in Namibia, only after I've traveled, I realized that with the modeling scene, there are seasons. There's like a season of, I think, about 3 to 4 years where like dark-skinned males and female models are like the thing that everybody wants to use them. Then there's a next season that is like light skin and white woman and male. And so only after I like picked up and like understood the seasons did I understand, okay, this is the time I need to push, this is the time I rest a little bit, but push also. But like with modeling, it's really just like once you realize what your strong suit is. So I used to go around with short hair all the time, and I realized that was my look, that was my feel. That was before I went into television now and stuff. But it was hard at first, but then later on, once I networked enough and made a name for myself, it was like, okay, she's one of us.
Okay. So Liana, apart from like you being a model, an MC, a television presenter, an influencer, I feel like you have created a name for yourself. You have become a whole brand. Am I right?
Yes.
Can you maybe just give us an insight of how have you as a brand evolved over the years?
Wow.
And like the changes from your personal life and you as a brand, from Lena and Lena the brand.
I find that question usually very hard because a lot of the times you don't see how you evolve. Like people around you see it, But what I can say and what I can point at is I've evolved in the sense that I'm more confident. I know what I want. I know where I'm headed. I'm not at the stage where I'm figuring myself out.
Okay.
I know what I will take and what I won't take. I know what I can handle. I don't take too much on for myself. And I don't take too little on for myself either. And I'm also quite ambitious. I've always been very ambitious. So I also know that in as much as you're describing me as this person, I'm literally at the beginning stages of my career.
Okay.
That was a test run. All of those years. So I've been in the industry for 9 years. So all of the 9 years I've done was a test run.
That's quite a long time.
Yeah. No, it's a really long time.
Yeah.
So like right now, I think I'm really just starting off. I've laid a foundation. Now I can actually start building.
Okay.
But like as a brand, I've evolved in that sense. I'm more confident. I know who I am and what I want and where I'm going.
All right. Beautiful. Actually, we have seen you at one of the biggest stages of Namibia this year. You're hosting Miss Namibia. Can you tell us more about like how has the experience been for you? A little bit of the juice.
Last year, I did the red carpet for Miss Namibia, right?
Yes.
And I remember there were auditions out. Now, a lot of us in the industry, when you've done, at that time, it was 8 years. 8 years, you feel like, I shouldn't be going for auditions. People should be calling me up. But out of sight is out of mind, you know. If you don't come through, or if you don't talk to whoever, if you are not seen at certain places, people don't know you like that, you know. Or they don't know that you are interested in doing certain things. So I saw the audition on Instagram, on the NBC page. And I was like, you know what, let me just go try this out.
Yeah.
I go for the auditions last year. I won't lie, I was so nervous. I was evidently nervous, like I was shaking. And that was only the second time I did an audition at NBC. The first time was for Ngatukande, the TV show that I was doing.
Yeah.
That one, surprisingly, I was so chilled about, like, because maybe in my mind, it's, like you said, the biggest stage in the country.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, will they even? And I'm sitting with, like, legends of the industry in the waiting room, like, yo. So by the time I do my audition, I'm, like, nervous. I'm doing my audition, and Miss G, she's, like, the producer of the show. She's, like, she goes on the comm. She's like, Lena, start over. I have seen your audition for the other shows. This is not you.
Yeah.
Start over. Already in my mind, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't have this, and it's fine. So I did it over, and then I went home, and I was like, you know what, it's fine. I'll try again next year. So I get the call. I get the call for a callback, right? And they're like, we want to see you again. But then they put me in a room with, like, maybe 10 other girls.
Okay.
And 2 of us were on the stage. The other 2 were red carpet. The other 2 were backstage, just like that. So they paired us in different, and then they swapped us as well. And then I think from there, like, they realized, okay, my personality at the time was really, like, red carpet-ish. And also I have the history in fashion and modeling and stuff, so that would have been perfect.
Yeah.
So they casted me for that. I did the red carpet, ate it up. It was amazing. And then this year, Miss G herself called me. She's like, hey, look, you did amazing last year on the red carpet. We need you for the prelims. So when she called me, she said she needs me for the preliminary rounds. So in my mind, I thought I'm just doing the prelims. They'll get their main stage host for the main show. Or what. I did the prelims by myself on stage, whatever. Then they call me again. They're like, okay, great. The main show, we usually have 2 presenters. So we want you, and we want the female presenter from last year on the main stage. And I was like, ain't no way, boy.
So basically, you didn't even audition for it.
No, I didn't audition for it. But it's because I already laid a foundation last year. You understand? Because I already did my audition.
You got promoted.
Before. So I got funny enough, girl, at the prelims, I actually said, there was a line where I said, I'm sure you guys, a few of you in the room remember me from last year. I did the red carpet, but this year I've been promoted. Everybody in the room died. They couldn't.
Love it for you.
They absolutely died. But yeah, but otherwise, the show itself, wow, it was so beautiful for me because, like I said, networking is so important in the industry that my 2 dresses that I got made for me the night of the show were from a designer friend I met in the industry. He immediately, when they made the announcement that I'm going to be on stage, called me up and he said, I need to make you your dresses.
Yeah.
Already I was sorted. The only thing I needed to do was bring myself there. Or not bring myself, they transport you there as well. They feed you, everything, they pay you.
So transport was
but
there as well.
Everything was sorted basically. I just needed to make sure I was good, you know? And I won't lie, I was shit nervous. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to swear. I was so nervous, but at the end of the day, it was like, for me, one of my biggest goals, because I've always wanted to be that person. Because remember, I told you, we used to sit and watch those shows as a family.
Yeah.
So there's somebody at home.
With your grandfather.
You know, there's somebody at home with their family watching me and saying, I want to be that person as well.
Yes. I noticed you also posted a video giving a message to every black girl or every girl from Katutura. Something like that. If you're watching me, know that you can do it.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going back to in terms of like black girls, dark skinned girls, whatever it is. Yeah. So that specific day, I remember I was getting dressed for my first outfit for the opening, right? And there was a point where they were sewing me into the dress, right? Because they needed it snatched to a certain extent. And then it just came to me that, wow, I was once just a girl in Katutura dreaming to be here.
Yeah.
And I'm living this right now. So whoever is sitting at home thinking they are not good enough, thinking they are not the prettiest girl in the room, thinking I'm too dark, I'm too what, I'm proof that you can actually make it.
Yeah, you can do it.
It might have taken me 8 years, 9 years, but you can do it, you know? And this is why I also decided to start young. I was kind of a rebel because nobody did it. My grandparents were not really like for it, but I decided, I made the decision. So that video was really just speaking to anybody who's at home. I don't even care that you are 40 years old.
Yes.
You know, if you felt that you've always wanted to do what I'm doing or anything, it's really just a message to you to say, look, you can do it. I've done it. It took me a while, but I've done it and you can do it too.
Yeah, I see that this year is really a big highlight for you.
Oh my
Because
god.
Miss Namibia, I'm seeing you on who is this Awilo? Yes, the show this upcoming weekend. Tell me, like, what is one of the projects that you'd really want to work on, no matter how ambitious it may be, and why?
I always say, because of where I'm from, I have always wanted to build a state-of-the-art art center in the heart of Katutura.
Is it?
Like a multi-million-dollar establishment for all of the kids that are lost, all of the kids that are being stirred into the wrong directions.
Yeah.
I want that place to be a safe haven, to be a place where people can express themselves, specifically for children, because once you not what is the right word, once you are a child and you're not taken care of properly, or you're not led into a space properly, you could get lost easily and only find yourself when it's, I don't want to say too late, because I don't believe in too late, but like when it's much later. So if we can start with young adults, and I'm able to build a state-of-the-art art school, because I'm from the arts. I'm a child of the arts. I didn't have anything, so it would be great to give back to people that, in a community where I'm from. So I would really, when I'm a millionaire one day, would want to say, look, I'm putting away 3-5 million, and I'm building this school, and I'm building it for these kids, just so that they know that there's a plan, there's a vision, there's something. They can be as ambitious as winning a Grammy one day, being Da Vinci, whoever it is, you understand? But from Katutura, that is exactly what I want to do.
Okay. I love the way you talk about Katutura. It's so much
that is,
emotion,
whenever
so
I
much
travel,
love.
that is what I represent.
Yeah.
More than representing Namibia, I represent Katutura.
I love it for you. Have you feel like being from Katutura, has it affected you in any way in this industry?
Yeah, I feel like when I didn't know who I was trying to fit in with other crowds. I would hang out with people who had a certain accent. I would hang out with people who could afford certain things. And I'm so lucky that at a young age, I tried to fit in, because now that I'm older, I really prefer to stand out, you know?
Okay.
But for me, it was very much part of the process. I had to learn all of these things. But now I can proudly say that everything that I've learned in the hood, everything that I come from, everything that is me, it's still me till this day. All of that is me, is my personality, makes me who I am. And that's why even when I did the audition at NBC, they loved me because I spoke Namibia, I spoke Katutura, I spoke that is who I am.
Yeah.
You understand? I'm not trying to be whoever from America. I'm not trying to be from South Africa. That's not me. You understand? So I think more than anything, it was one of the things that made me stand out in the industry, because I'm very proud. I might go on a stage and look bougie, wig laid, nails slayed, everything. But when I open my mouth, you will know that is a Namibian girl. And
from
more than
Katutura.
anything, that is a girl from Katutura. Yes, 100%.
I love it for you, and I love it for you. But tell me, in this industry now, who do you feel has like influenced you, be it professionally or emotionally?
To be honest, a few people have influenced me. I started off being like friends with videographers. I remember early on I was friends with, he used to work at NBC at the time. He was a guy called Changa. I used to really like want to learn how to work a camera and everything. Then I moved on from that, and then even in the modeling sphere, Louis, for example, also really influenced me, and we are good friends now. I know why you're smiling, but anyway, like he's also quite ambitious, né? And he inspires me. Like even when I sit in his house, I'm like, this came from somebody who got an accounting degree and didn't use it. He went on and said, look, I have a passion for being in entertainment, and I'm going to do this. And today he is on, Netflix and stuff like that. So like a few people, Maria, for example, also she was one of the people for a while that I was basically shadowing. Maybe she was just like, this girl. But like a few people, like a lot of people in the industry, they give me different things. It's like you would go to Karina and she would give you this vibe, like it's, you pick up one thing from everybody you meet, even when I sit in corporate spaces, like, and have meetings with them, whether it's about influencing, emceeing a year-end function, whatever it is, it's very much like that CEO I would learn something from.
Yeah.
But like the person right now that's really like inspiring me to do a lot is like Louis. He's really like he's breaking boundaries, and I love that for him.
Okay. But being in the entertainment industry, I would like to hear this from you and not just speculations.
Yeah.
So they say that being in this industry, in order to get gigs, it's about who you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hear what you're saying. Speculation, but in the beginning I used to like be against it. Like, no, it's not really about. But to a certain extent, it is because, and it's not about. It's more networking than anything.
Okay.
Because you can walk into this room and sit in a corner, and nobody knows you host a Colorbox podcast.
True.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But if you come into this room, you start speaking to people, and you say, "Hi, my name is Karina. I host the Colorbox podcast. I've studied this. I did what." It's a thing of, oh yeah, we are looking for a host for something else. You understand? It's accompanying whoever to an event and asking, "Can I be a plus one? I know who and who's going to be there. I just want to introduce myself."
Okay.
It's when they say it's about who you know, it could be who you met yesterday at a party. It could be about who you met yesterday at a housewarming. It's really about how you present yourself more than anything. Yeah. And it's true, it is about who you know, but it is about how you network and how you present yourself more than anything.
All right. But did you ever feel like, you just said it's about accompanying somebody at certain times. Did you ever feel like you were in a position where you had to accompany somebody just to put yourself out there to network with the right people?
No, I'm somebody that believes I'm very big on like my faith and stuff, and I believe in like my life, especially when I'm obedient to God and stuff.
Yes.
My life just turns out in a way that you will call me yourself and say, "Let's go away." Yeah. If I'm free, I'll accompany you, and something like that will happen where I just get a gig that certain day or whatever. But it's because I'm very big on faith. I'm very big on manifesting. I'm very big on presenting myself as the way I want to be seen.
Yeah.
So when I go spaces, literally even in Vernal, you can walk into Vernal, but if you look a certain way, somebody can walk up to you and say, "Hey, do you perhaps do something in entertainment? Do you perhaps do, you understand?" It's really just about who you are and who you believe you are. Once you believe you are this person, delusion is the Salulu.
True, is the new Salulu.
Yeah, it's the new Salulu.
Yeah.
That's how it is for me. Things just happen for me, to be honest.
Okay. If you could go back in time, Lena, seeing as in this entertainment industry, there are always scandals, hey? And I was even looking up some scandals for you just to come in with, but you are clean. You are very clean.
I try to be.
Yeah. What advice would you give yourself? Do you feel like you went wrong somewhere, somehow?
Where did I go wrong? I don't believe I went wrong because those 9 years made me who I am today. They made me understand where I want to go.
Okay.
They made me very stern in who I believe I am. But I think maybe I could have partied less. I could have honestly partied less. Maybe I would have been further than I am now.
Okay.
But it's also part of the process because right now I'm not really like interested in like after a gig going to the club afterwards.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe if my friends are having like a birthday dinner or something and we're like, you know what, we're all here, let's go. Yeah. Fine. But like I'm not really in that vibe right now. So to a certain extent, yes, but also like no. So everything that I've gone through was really also, I don't think had I received everything I received this year, for example, even 3 years ago, I would have been able to handle it. You get it? So everything happens for a reason. Everything happens at the right timing. I really believe in right timing. And even the Miss Namibia thing, for example, had I received it 3 years ago, I would not know where to go, what to do, how. I would probably be in a mess. Everything. Yeah, probably be in a messy stage and stuff. So I really believe in perfect timing and everything happens when it's supposed to happen.
Okay. I really love that for you. Is there any advice that you'd like to give the young, beautiful black girl from Katutura?
Firstly,
this industry.
Yeah. Firstly, don't have idols. Do not have idols because when they disappoint you, you feel like you're broken. Also, like a lot of people use social media in fights, for example, as entertainment. Yes. So you will be broken and feel like, oh, I really did not expect this from you. I hope nobody idolizes me out there. Please do not idolize me. I'm a human being just like you are. just because Karina didn't dig up anything, messy about me doesn't mean somebody else can't.
Yeah.
I probably have a few messy things that I'm not proud of. So number one, don't idolize anybody. Number two, don't let anybody tell you what you can or cannot do. And also strive to find out and figure out who you are. Don't let people tell you who you are, what you can do, what you're capable of, and what you're not. Because at the end of the day, you need to sit with yourself when you're 35 or 40 or whatever. So just don't listen to outside noise unless it's like constructive criticism. A friend coming to you saying, hey, Past Lena, I really feel like you're partying a lot. You probably should not be doing that, because exclusivity is very important. The less you are seen, the more people value you. So yeah, that girl from Katutura, go out there. I told you guys I was selling sweets on campus. I was making wigs on campus. I needed a side hustle to maintain and take me where I wanted to be, and it led me to where I am now. So if you are a young girl and you're looking at me right now, go out there and just do what you gotta do, man. And don't do those things that other people are doing. If you have morals and you are raised with certain morals, stick to those morals. If you want to do those other things, do it. Not a problem, no shame. But just stick to what it is that you believe in, and everything will be good, man.
Okay, so that was very, very interesting and inspiring as well. So Lena, just to cool off the air and to calm everything down, I'm gonna do a little bit icebreaker questions for you.
Okay.
So what's the most interesting thing you have read so far?
To be honest, I haven't read in a while.
You're not much of a reader.
I'm busy. To be honest, I'm busy. What is the most interesting thing that I've read this far? Karina. Wow. I usually just read the Bible, guys.
What's the most interesting verse you've read so far?
The thing that I've read in the Bible this far, and I think it was also like one of those like that I needed to hear. I honestly don't remember the book, but it was basically saying you're a light on top of a valley, top of a hill. So don't forget, like, you need to shine, basically. It's one of those, like, yeah.
Let your color shine. That's actually our logo.
Oh, really? Love it.
So you're at the right place at the right time.
100%.
Okay. So if you could have any superpower as a woman, what would it be and why?
As a woman, not as a human being?
As a woman.
As a woman.
Yes.
My superpower would be to read people's minds, so that when I walk into those corporate spaces, I can hear the CEO saying, yeah, but you didn't mention this. Yeah. Then I say, okay, by the way, I wanted to say, so I want to be, but it's also not the best superpower, but like, yeah. If
just to make sure you get the gig.
Yeah, just to make sure I get that gig.
Love it. What's a skill you have always wanted to learn?
A skill, I've always wanted, actually there are two. I've always really wanted to learn how to like make clothing and paint.
Make clothing and paint?
Like to be a designer, a fashion designer, to like actually sit and be like,
I see you have fashion designer friends as well. Are you acquiring any skills?
I need to hit them up and be like, just teach me a little bit. But yeah, and to paint as well. I've always wanted to learn how to paint.
Okay.
100%.
So you're really into art?
Yeah, no, art is my thing.
Okay. And what's like your favorite way to relax after like a long day, a long gig?
I am obsessed with reality television.
Okay.
Like, I just get snacks and I sit and I just watch like
Netflix.
What they call trash TV, like reality TV, like Real Housewives. So that's my thing.
Real Housewives of Durban.
Just look at the drama and be like, oh God, why did you do that? That's my favorite. I get you.
I also actually really like reality TV. Yeah. If you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would it be?
I've always felt like I had a calling to be in London. And I also watch I consume a lot of UK content.
Yeah, you definitely look
Okay, great. One step further.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to go to London. I've always wanted, not just London, maybe England. Let me say England. I've always wanted to go to England. Even the weather. A lot of people are like, no, the weather is very gloomy and stuff. But I'm a rain person. I love the rain. So I watch a lot of UK content. I even understand their banter. Like, I could sit and understand what they're saying and laugh by myself.
Really?
Just what the hell is happening? So honestly, that's outside of that. I'm also an island person, so I also want to do the Barbados. Go to fancy places like the south of France, Greece, those kind of
So
vibes.
probably once you get your first million, Namibia is gonna lose you to London.
Million, my sister. Not even million.
100,000, half a million.
We are gone. No, they're gonna lose me very fast.
Is it?
Yeah, 100%.
What a loss will happen. Okay, you mentioned in the previous question that I asked you, just the message that you had to give off to the black child. You mentioned something about idolizing.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, in the entertainment industry right now, who do you think is doing it? Like, who is doing who is proper? Who is leading?
I think everybody is leading in their own capacity, man. I think I even look up to like my fellows, like let's say Aina Riza, for example. She is somebody that was also misunderstood for a very long time.
Okay.
She's somebody that's finally also getting to show off who she is and what she's capable of. So right now, for example, in this moment, she's leading, for example. But next week, somebody else could lead.
Okay.
But it's really just like in different spaces, people are leading. And it's a beautiful thing seeing people growing into becoming who they really are and just expressing their art. Even in film, for example, Nino Pequeno is leading, with the Ompata series, all of these things. It's like, it's really about just understanding which section is every individual in and how they are leading in that. And one person could be leading in, Aina could be leading as a television presenter now, and tomorrow lead as a model, and the other day lead as a CEO, you understand?
Okay.
So different people are leading in different spaces, and I just am so grateful and so happy to see that, especially in entertainment, a lot of people are breaking barriers. A lot of people are going out there and saying, you know what, Nick? Y'all didn't understand, my friends didn't understand, but you guys are gonna understand.
Yeah.
Like, you never conform. People will adjust.
Okay.
Don't ever conform. People will adjust to who you are. Yeah.
But like when it comes to, let me say, television presenting, can you give me like at least the top 3?
Top 3 Namibian television presenters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now they are top of their game.
Okay. Let me see. The thing is, I don't want the others to feel like they're not, like they're not good enough. Oh my gosh. Okay, but the thing is, if we say television presenting, I don't want us to focus solely like on the presenters on NBC.
Yeah, just in general, hosting gigs and so on.
Yeah. I for example, with the Awula Longoma show, I'm hosting with Shay. She's an OG. She's somebody else.
Wait, do you think you're part of the top 3? Do you believe you're part of the top 3?
I'm number 1. Somebody in the back said I'm number 1. I love it. Okay. NSK is not really a lot on television. It's more radio, but he's recently started with TV as well. Love NSK. Can I say 5 people at least?
Okay, give me
Please?
5.
Okay, NSK, Shay, those are like my OGs. I have Riza. Riza, I love you, girl. You're doing amazing. Shireen.
Okay.
She's also doing well for herself. Television presenters. Yeah, I don't want the other people to feel bad. Another one that I also really like, she's been at NBC for a while now also. She's also doing radio, is Robin. I think Robin is also doing well for herself. So yeah, those are a few people.
Robin, Lena sees you. Okay, so just to end off now, we're gonna play a little game.
Okay, guys.
A question game.
No, the question game.
No, it's not gonna be that hectic. Don't worry.
Okay.
So the first 2 questions, you're just gonna answer whether true or false.
Okay.
No explanations needed.
Okay.
I remember you mentioned somewhere there, Luis Munana, you're like, we are now good friends.
These are the things I'm talking about.
So are you and Luis Munana dating? Everybody's really curious.
No, I plead the 5th, guys. I plead the 5th. Guys, my business is not out there like that. I plead the 5th.
Okay. We'll just move on to the next. Speculations. What the streets are saying, guys. Are you and Marianne Pembe no longer friends?
Oh, no. Guys, no. We're good.
So it's a false?
Yeah, it's a false. There's no beef or anything.
No. It's a false, guys. You heard it from Lena herself. It's a false.
It's a false.
Okay, so the next 3 questions,
Mm.
you just have to choose one.
Okay.
You just choose one.
Okay.
Between Foxy, Gina, and Roberto.
Oh, guys, you can't do that. Nah, you guys can't do that. Oh no, guys.
No reason needed to give, just
Nah,
one.
bro,
You can't
do
give
that.
us one, Lena.
I can't do that. You guys, I explained to you guys already that these are people I work with every day.
Yes.
I don't want one to feel like, yeah, yeah. Okay, but I've never been in a Roberto dress.
Okay.
So let me say Foxy because I've worn Foxy before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then it's
But that doesn't take away from his art. Y'all
yes,
know.
we know Roberto is good.
Yeah.
He's top of the game.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah.
Okay. And between Albert Moses and Kennedy,
It's not my 2 best friends. Oh my God! I can't bear. I can't do. No, these guys were actually.
I think I'm getting you.
Yeah, no, you are. Honestly, I can't. At least I can't answer that one.
Oh.
That one I cannot. Like
now, it got me questioning myself. Can you answer the last one?
Oh my God! You guys are just no, Karina. Honestly, no, bruh. No, I can't answer that one.
Okay.
That one I also plead the fifth.
Okay, what if I give you Albert and Moses? Martin Pombili.
Okay, I'm much closer to Albert, so Albert.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Albert. And between DJ Castro and Ezekiel Reed?
Yeezer.
I can never pronounce his name.
These are the same people, bro. Like these guys, they live together. I go to their house and they are my brothers.
Lena, you need to choose one.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, 911. Who would you call?
Castro.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Then Castro.
100%.
Okay, Lena, thank you so much for coming through. We really enjoyed the show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. This was really nice. Like, I wish you guys all the best, honestly. This is like one of the best spaces I've been in. Yeah, I just hope you guys bigger and better. All the corporates, please invest. Please, so they can, when they call me back, we have bigger.
Hopefully, we'll see you on season 2, hey?
Or you will see me on season 2 like that. Whether you like it or you don't.
Thank you so much, Lena.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning into our podcast. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below. And don't forget to catch us next week with somebody else that will be ready to shine their colors bright.